Helwyr Pleb made this website for us as a all-inclusive editor tool, which will help us make guides faster than ever before. So when you open up this website, you'll see three boxes. The first box is going to be our input box, and this is where we do all of our typing. And on the right-hand side is what we will see within Discord. It's like a live preview of what we're going to see. And then at the bottom here, we'll see any styling errors. So if I go up here and I put an extra space bar, we can see an error appear down at the bottom saying line 1 content should not include trailing white space. So we look at line 1, we see there's an extra space bar, get rid of it, and the error disappears too. So to start off using the website, I'll show you guys the templates that we have. These ones are just basic styling things so that people can be consistent in how they do it across all guides. And then the big buttons here are the guide button, which is what I have posted here. It just posts the backbone of a guide that you can just have here and just change some words, fill in the blanks, and boom, you got a guide. The other one here is the embed, and it's the same idea. You just copy this, post it here, and it'll show you the embed, the input on the left-hand side, and it'll show you what the embed actually looks like on the right-hand side. I'll show you that in a couple minutes here. So once you are happy with your guide, so we'll just call this the Telos guide, and you can see the name change to Telos up here. So now we have a guide, and we filled in all the info for a Telos guide, and we want to add a table of contents. So how the table of contents works is you just hit this button, hit copy, and paste it. And now it made a table of contents for you. Super easy, and now you have a completed guide ready to go. So now I'll show you how to make an embed. So embed formatting, copy, paste. You can see the input here. You can see what it would look like in Discord here. And it's super nice to have the live preview side by side with it so that you can see exactly what you're going to be changing. So say I just want to change header 2. So I find header 2, I see the corresponding words on the input box, and I call this, we'll call it Telos Phase 2. So now I can make points about Telos Phase 2. So header 2 subpoint, we'll call this the second phase, and header 2 subpoint, we'll just change the words here so that we don't screw up any formatting. And we'll just say the goal is don't die. And then don't worry too much if you accidentally change the wrong thing. So say I were to accidentally delete some of these and it breaks the code. It tells me right here, line 22, something is wrong. So I just hit the undo button, which is Control+Z for me, and that will undo it, and now I have no more errors. Going across some other buttons here, just some formatting things. You got your bold, underline, italics, which will do it for Discord. So instead of just normal bold, it'll do it in Discord. So I can see bold here, italics here, and you can see it's showing up properly on the live preview side. And then if you want to add an extra section in your guide, you can just hit the H1 button for header 1. So we'll call this new section. Give it a little tag name. New section. Underneath that, we'll do a subheader, which is H2. And now you've got the basis to start a new section in your guide if you want to go more in depth. You can do a bullet list, which is bullet. You can tab over to do a sub-bullet. And you can tab one more time to do a sub-bullet. Same thing with these syntax buttons. You just press it and it'll format it for you. So that's the inline code, and then the block text will be this button here. And we'll just call that block text so you can see what it looks like on the live preview. The command buttons, those are mostly just for if you're newer to editing and you don't remember the codes for the commands that we have within our Discord or within our GitHub. So we use the period as like a message break because we are limited to our 2000 character per message in Discord. So if we're getting to the end of a message, we'll just do an empty line with a period, and then we'll start a new line with a new message. This one here, the .img, that is to attach an image. So I'll show you what it looks like real quick if we were to attach an image with or without that. So if I just post the link as normal, on the live preview side you see that it has the link still, and that doesn't look as pretty as doing it as the .img. So you can see there's no link on this side, but it just looks better. This one is just for embeds. We don't have to worry about that if we use the template for embeds. And then this is for the table of contents. Again, don't need to worry about it as long as we have our table of contents button working. And this bottom one is only for PvME owners who have access to our price sheets that link to the Grand Exchange. And then lastly, we have these 4 buttons over here. These 2 are just toggles. This one toggles whether or not you start from the bottom of the screen on the live preview side, because when you're actually in Discord, you do start at the bottom of the screen when you enter a channel. So it's just a preference thing for that. The eyeball next to it toggles on or off your Discord preview entirely. That is helpful for very long guides because you might start lagging, or your preview might start lagging if you have a really long guide. So for those people, it might be helpful to toggle that one off. You got your help button here, which shows you the kind of auto formatting that this website can do for you. So on your input box here, if you were to type in semicolon G barge, for example, and another semicolon, it'll translate it to the actual Discord code for the emoji. And on the live preview side, it'll actually show you the emoji as it would look like. So I'll do that for you real quick here. You can see we got the code now, and we have the actual emoji on the live side. If we look back at it, we can also do the same for channel names, role names, and user names within Discord. The list of potential names are going to be in the list column here. So if something that you're trying to mention isn't working, you can check if it's on that list. If it's not on that list, then you'll have to do it the old-fashioned way of going into Discord and finding the ID yourself. And then we looked at the table of contents already. It's just a quick button and it makes it for you. We looked at lists and inline formatting, but if you ever want to reference it again, the question mark would be a good tab to look at. The last thing here is the info tab, which is just the little I here. And this just tells you, if you have questions, you can either ask in PvME Discord or DM Helwyr Pleb himself. We got links to the GitHub repositories for this website and the main editor repo for GitHub, as well as, if you find any mistakes within how the website functions, you can let Pleb know, and he will put it on his to-do list, which just shows up here. You can see he's got some projects to do. And then you also got some links to the PvME website and Rotation Builder, which are both things that Pleb also made.